There are a few names that I often recognise on the team sheet when we start a game, and this was one when I realised that blue team was going to be in trouble, because as we flip across to the team sheet, you may know him, you may not know him. There's actually a couple of people here, but they're in division on red team is Bravo Foxtrot, and he is in division with his buddy Cranky Cracker. Now, those guys are both very good at what they do. Bravo Foxtrot is probably one of the better destroyer players in this game, and Cranky Cracker certainly knows his stuff as well. So they are going to be formidable opponents to come up to. Now, both he and I are in the French legendary destroyer, the Kleber, and that means we're going to be evenly matched. Unfortunately, by the time we get round to seeing each other, we're not going to be quite so evenly matched. Now, in almost 15,000 games, I've only bumped into Bravo Foxtrot once that I can remember. He was in a full division on that game, and in that game, I came away on top, and I felt rather pleased with myself about that one, because I know how tough an opponent he is. So let's just say that this is the away game, shall we? Where he gets a replay. Now, for some reason, B-Cap always seems to be where I end up, and everybody hates playing B-Cap, much like that Grosser Kerfurst there, because the first thing he's going to do is turn around and run away from B-Cap, and I ask him to come back and help us. He says, yeah, and then he just keeps running off into the friggin' distance. There's another destroyer with me, and so what I'm playing is Bait the Cap. Don't push into the capture point straight at the start of the game. What I'm going to do is get myself ready and in a position so that as and when the cap gets taken, like now, I can push around the corner. Now, looking across to Charlie Cap there, the Z46 is spotted, and you'd think that everybody would be shooting at him, but no. But there we go. There is the daring. My main gun reload booster is on, and I am going to start trying to wail on this guy. But look, he's got two battleships with him in defense, and although there is a destroyer out here with me, I don't have a battleship for support either, and so I decided I'm going to do what damage I can, try and kite this guy away and hope that somebody is going to put some shots onto him. And there is some fire going in there, but it seems to be wholly ineffective, and the destroyer that's with me, he's kind of sat there behind that rock. Now, it looks like it is his guns that are going in. I think it might be the small land, I'm not sure, but he pops a smoke, he disappears, I'm on fire, I'm burning. Are we going to see a dope in a smoke? We're going to put our torpedoes through there and try and finish him, and what we're not going to do is run that guy down into a smoke, because I very much expect that he is running his sonar. So there's that other little DD. It would have been great to have him take some damage instead of me taking the lot, because I've already lost pretty much, what, 3/4 of my hit points, and I haven't even got a cap yet. But just as Bravo Foxtrot picks up first blood, I kill the daring, and so I'm thinking, okay, we're game on here. He is obviously across there on Alpha Cap, so I am now going to push here into Bravo Cap and get this taken, because I think I've earned this capture point. And our other lovely little destroyer decides that now the hard work is done, that he's going to come in and get a cap assist. Now, for whatever reason, across there on Charlie Cap, they've let that Z46 take the capture point. The destroyer is actually further back than the cruiser, and the battleship, who is the Yamato and is going to have actually quite a decent game of it, I think, is sat back and trying to get eyes on the battleship. Now, sorry, I had to clear my throat then. I'm a bit dry. So I'm looking at this Pommern pushing in. I'm going to put my torpedoes out there. He's moving quite slowly, and that deserves a salvo of torpedoes while we sit and take this cap. But there is the Z46 spotted again. But look, nobody is shooting at it. That target should be disappearing at a high rate of knots, and I've got a fly in the living room because I've had the door open and he's now starting to annoy me while I do my talk through on this video. So it looks like the guys on Charlie Cap are struggling. We do land a torpedo, and even though I am low on hit points, I am going to push across and see what I can do with this Z46. It is a tough cookie. He has a lot of hit points. He also has some very punchy guns, but I have him beat on reload. Now all I've got to try and do is stay out of his sonar range and try and stay alive. But hey, look, they're now starting to shoot at him, but the amount of time he's been spotted, that guy should be dead. D-E-A-D, dead. So here we go. Main battery reload. We are going to get onto him, watching for that fall of shot, adjusting the sights and keeping piling on the pressure. Now I know that there's a battleship out there with huge secondaries and that I'm opening myself up to not only him, but there is another ship at the back of the map there as well. So while I'm spotted, I'm going to use these guns. There we go. Shots coming in on me, look. And we're going to keep piling on the pressure to that Ruprecht. The Shimikaze is still pretty much the further ship back on this cap, but he's going to do like the other DD did, and once the danger is over, as the Yamato picks up a low health kill on the Ruprecht, the Shimikaze is decided to come in and help himself to some XP with a cap assist. Now we've got a bit of an advantage here. But what is going to go horribly wrong is the team are going to go blind. The ship that was across there on Alpha Cap is running away, but he will eventually turn around. I know we've got a Yamato out here in front of us, but the cap is most important. But look there on Bravo Cap. That guy is pushing in, thinking he wants to get a sneaky cap. That is not good for us. So tops out on the Yamato. I've got to have a reload on the second rack. I'm down to 2,000 hit points, so I can't get spotted. But the fact that Bravo Cap is being taken tells me that Bravo Foxtrot, I was going to say Bravo 20 then, is on that capture point. Now there is a destroyer there. There is a battleship behind him. There is the GK. This is the GK that ran away from us at the beginning. He's made his way back across to Bravo Cap. We land another torpedo and a flood on the Yamato. That one looks like it's going to tick. But what's going to happen here? Is this Shimikaze, who's been hanging back, going to get the kill? Of course he's going to get the kill, because it doesn't matter how much hard work you do. There's always someone there to pick up the pieces from you, isn't there? So, yeah. We have 7 ships against 3. We did have 2 capture points, but we are going to lose this advantage because the match is going to go to a world of mashed potato. Because that destroyer is not even considering trying to contest B cap. It is the small land. I'm looking at the play that's going on the minimap as I'm playing the game, and I'm thinking we need to get back onto Bravo Cap. We need to get the destroyer spotted. If we get the destroyer spotted, we can take care of everything else. Now I know that I don't have many hit points left, but my way of thinking is that if I can do enough damage, that we can potentially get rid of Bravo Foxtrot. But he has just taken care of the small land. So congratulations on getting yourself killed by one of the better destroyer players in the game. But here we go. Even though he's fired his guns and is spotted, nobody is shooting at him. And again, if a destroyer is spotted, put shots on it. It doesn't matter what else is going on. If that ship is left in the game, it is going to cause a huge problem for you. This Pommern is also going to be one of the luckiest ships in the world, because as I spam my torps out there, there's Bravo Foxtrot in his Kleber. He's got me spotted. He puts his first shot on the Shimakaze. I don't know what happens there, but I'm trying to get my guns turned around. Instead of shooting at the Kleber who's spotted, everybody's shooting at the battleship. Again, it's a fatal mistake. There we go. There's some from the Alaska, but I'm gone. Had I not had to go across to Charlie Cap and go up against that Z46, if the guys on Charlie Cap had actually done their job, then I might have been able to do something about Bravo Foxtrot in his Kleber. But if I'm going to be killed by anyone in this game, I'd rather be killed by him. So we were 7 ships to 3. It is now 3 ships to 1. We are down on points, we're down on caps, and they have 1 destroyer left. And I don't know if they know it, but obviously, as I've said before, Bravo Foxtrot is very good with his destroyers. Now I reckon that our Alaska, because he was in division with the Shimakaze, has burned all of his radars trying to do something about the Z46 on Charlie Cap. It didn't help, because I had to come across there and finish the job for you, didn't I? Yes, I did, and I lost all my hit points because I came across to finish it there for you. And I know there's still a few minutes left on this game, but you'd think that 3 ships can get in and take 1 capture point, that they could support each other with mutual fire, that they could have their guns facing in different directions to make sure that every arc is covered, that somebody would actually be able to give their head a shake, make those brain cells bounce together, create a spark, but the battleship sails off the cap, and that is going to give Red Team even more points. We either need to kill or we need to cap. Now the Kleber doesn't have the greatest concealment. It also doesn't have the longest range torpedoes. So it is possible to get a kill on it. The BB decides he's going to run. Looking at where the torpedoes are coming from, if you do what we call a resection in the world of map making and map reading and orienteering, you can look at the angles that both those spreads of torpedoes come from and work out where that destroyer is. So from my reckoning, and I know I've played the game and I was in it, but I looked at that and I said, he's off to the left, because they ran out of range on the battleship and they went past the Alaska. So the Alaska is doing the right thing and turning away, but he is low health. He's also doing the right thing and trying to take the cap. With the time remaining on the clock, there is a chance that we could potentially pull this back. And I know that Bravo Foxtrot knows that too. We have a full health, pretty much, Yamato, but they're giving the Kleber the opportunity to reload and realign himself and come in for another attack. So if they were sensible and had a good idea of where that destroyer was, as I said, you could work it out from the bearings that the torpedoes came from, they wouldn't be heading towards him. They would stick to the south side of the cap and force him to come in. His only other option is to go all the way around to C cap and take a cap that way. Bravo Foxtrot. I mean, the fox is in his name. You know, he's sly, he's wily, he knows what he's doing. And there we go. He puts torpedoes out towards the Yamato. He's got guns on the Alaska, and he is actually going to kill that Alaska and guarantee red team the victory in this one. The Yamato is too little, too late. I don't think he even had high explosive loaded. There's another tip for you battleship captains. If the only ship left in the game is a destroyer, take that 30 seconds or however long it is and load high explosive. That was absolutely shameful on blue team. It wasn't exactly the greatest performance by myself, given when I went out of the game, but as we draw to a close and the Yamato narrowly avoids getting taken out completely, 85,000 damage, 2 kills, both destroyers, 2 cap assists, 6 cap defends. But this is where it comes down to it. 2100 base XP. Bravo Foxtrot finishes on 3000 with 3 kills. Had we won that game, had blue team managed to hold it together, that would have been a 3150 plus game for me, beating Bravo Foxtrot. But red team played the better game. Well, they didn't play the better game. They had the better player left at the end, whereas we just had 3 potatoes. So there you go. Don't forget, smash the like button, leave me a comment. Tell me if you've ever come up against Bravo Foxtrot and come a cropper yourself. Until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.